Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen, a girl Toto, Madam CS, and this is the Striker. Stay tuned and have it through. And real. In the Striker today, we're going to look at actually Kenya's top stories, and story number one is why Okiya Omtata will not win the 2007 presidential elections. Remember, Okiya Omtata has declared his presidential bid for 2027, and the internet is all over gaga, about Okiya Omtata, with the Kenyans on X or on Twitter and other social media platforms preaching that they would actually give their support to Okiya Omtata, including financial. But the question is, how is this likely to be translated from just mere a promise or from just an online vote or like to a ballot vote? How are we going to get the votes from Twitter to the ballot at the ballot box? So that's one thing we're going to analyze here today, and I will tell you why I feel Okiya Omtata will not win the 2027 presidential elections. Number two, we are going to look at actually Baba being insensitive, and how actually in one way or another is hinting towards betraying Ruto in 2027. We have seen Baba actually yesterday talking about, mteo wapanyo ungiamo na wasiomo, and Wingiamo Wariomo na Wasiomo, and he was actually laughing at how Rigathi Gachagua has been impeached, and even he was, goons attacked him in a parallel. So we're also going to look at whether this one is building Papa politically, or such as statements are destroying him politically. And finally, as normal, the president now, it has become a norm that everywhere he goes, people have to poo him, and the latest group of people to poo the president are the multimedia university students. What kind of message are these people sending to the president, especially now that we have seen a lot of rejection and booing in several parts of the country? So without further ado, before we actually dive into this particular story, if you are new to this channel, welcome home, karibu nyumbani. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on our videos. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time we are uploading a video, YouTube will automatically notify you. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in. When you are mana sana, remember actually to like, share, and comment on our videos on the next theme that you want us to analyze. And definitely we do deliver. Now let's dive into the major story of the day. Okiya Omtata actually launched this presidential bid, all hinted towards fighting for the presidency in 2027. And people are all over the internet, yes, Okiya Omtata. And he's the one man who has been single-handedly going to court, petitioning against the government's moves, And many times he's been arrested, he's been removed the teeth, etc. He's been beaten because of, fighting for the Kenyan citizens. And all these acts of fighting for the Kenyan citizens saw him actually fight for the senator of I think Busia, and they got that particular position. Now Okiya Omtata feels it's high time that he fight for the presidency in 2027. But from where I stand, honestly, in as much as he's gotten the endorsements of the likes of Morara, I feel there's something that is lacking. And Okiya Omtata may end up having very high hopes on Kenyans, and they may end up disappointing him. Factor number one why I think Okiya Omtata actually will not win the presidency of this particular country. They say charity begins at home. And Okiya Omtata actually is not the most influential leader in Western Kenya, in Busia, or even from where he comes from. Actually, if I have to look at the whole of Western Kenya, and I even combine it with the whole of Nyanza, you will realize the likes of Eugene Wamalwa, Chochi Natembeya are more focal than Okiya Omtata. In as much as now we have started hearing people talk about Okiya Omtata, actually there are some people who don't know who Okiya Omtata is. And as far as this country is concerned, you must be, they want to see you are you reading from somewhere. It's not the kingpin in Western Kenya, it's not the kingpin from Busia, it's not actually the regional leader from where he comes from. And from where I think that popularity, the fact that the likes of Natembeya are even more powerful than him in terms of popularity, the likes of Eugenia Wamalwa, you know, that one tells you a lot. So from where I stand, I don't think that Okiya Omtata is going to actually get the presidency in 2027. Number two, it has to do with finances. We all know politics is a game of numbers, it's a game of interest, but at the same time, it is a game that is oiled and willed using money. That's why you realize that the most corrupt early novices and the most honest and transparent are always losing. You understand? So I feel like Okiya Omtata needs money for the presidential campaign. You know, this is not America. Let's not lie to each other. This is not America where people will just vote you because of your manifesto. No. This is Kenya, whereby people will tell you wapi pesa. People want to feel pesa mfukoni before they go to vote for you, before they even sing your name. And Okiya Omtata needs that, and needs that money. And I don't think that Okiya Omtata has that money to finance his presidential campaign. And from where I stand, honestly, I don't see Kenyans supporting Okiya Omtata. If they have never actually supported Raila Amolo Odinga financially, in terms of even gave out a PayPal number sometimes back, what makes us think that actually they are going to support Okiya Omtata with money? In fact, Kenyans expect Okiya Omtata to give them money, and Okiya Omtata expects Kenyans to finance him. So from where I stand, the financial muscle is going to bring Okiya Omtata down, and somebody with more money is going to defeat Okiya Omtata because of that. And then number three, it has to do with the political party. Okiya Omtata needs a political party, and this political party must be a political party that is actually popular. You understand? Of course, Okiya Omtata, we can say that everybody has his first time. Ruto came with UDA. Yes, UDA was a first-time political party in terms of presidency, but you know, the person who was, you know, moving that political party has served as a deputy president of this particular country. Now, Okiya Omtata is not popular. He's not a regional leader, and then now Okiya Omtata does not have a political party. I don't know whether actually is planning to run with which political party. I don't know. Does he want to form his own political party? Is he going to join an existing political party? I don't know. But Okiya Omtata needs a political party and get endorsements from political parties or leaders from political parties that at least have, you know, members of parliament. Like they can be measured. This political party has this number of members of parliament. It has this. You understand? So on top of having his own political party, he needs endorsement from national, key national personalities. You understand? And why I'm saying that, you know, he's gotten the endorsement, I think, of Morara. And from where I stand, Morara is just like a newcomer. He just started this inject political party, and this party, we even don't know how many people are already members. We don't know. It's not a party that is in parliament, so such that you can say it has members of parliament in this and this. Morara is another guy also who is expecting the Kenyans to finance him. So Okiya Omtata needs endorsements from piggy wings who can actually sit down and write him a check, and that check is enough to run his campaign for 2 months or for 1 full month without, you know, feeling that like he has spent money. So from where I stand, actually, without a political party and without endorsements from the piggy wings or from key national personalities, I'm meant to understand that actually Okiya Omtata is not likely to win the 2027 presidential elections. And then another thing, it has to do with his manifesto. When you look at Okiya Omtata, and he's been chained like with the likes of Morara, who are actually promising us to, you know, to jail all political leaders, you know, to arrest them, to return the money that has been stolen. That's a very good message, and I wish we could have somebody, or we could have a practical way that we can achieve that. But remember, in Kenya, corruption is so entrenched in the system that even the small fish that will be left, they are corrupt and they have known on how to navigate around. So you are here telling Kenyans the way you are going to take, for example, Ruto to jail once you win elections in 2027 and return the money. Okay, that is good. And there's somebody who is coming and telling Kenyans, nimedecide niwapatie wadhao ni wanunulie unga. Do you think Kenyans are going to listen to you? The Kenyans that we know, let's be very honest to each other and let's not lie to each other. Kenyans, the moment umewapatia pesa kwa political campaign, huyo ndio wanaonanga anafanya nini? huyo ndiye mtu anafaa, huyo ndio wanaita baba yao, huyo ndio wanaimba. Look at even your local politics yuko nyumbani. When you see that member of parliament mwenye alikuwa anawapea pesa na umboneti wake mwenye alikuwa anawapatia pesa, ni nani mlipigia kura? Na mbona mlimpigia? Mlimpigia because alikuwa na pesa. So many Kenyans fought because they have been given 200 bob, 300 bob. Yes, especially hiyo usiku ya kuamkia kupiga kura the following day. That's what Kenyans do. And then another factor why I think Okiya Omtata is not likely to win this presidency is because actually the Kenyans who are hyping Okiya Omtata are in Twitter. And I've always said, there's a video I did once here and I told you that it will be very difficult for Kenyans kutoa kura Twitter. You know, the likes, the views and the comments in Twitter, it's not automatically that they are translated into votes. Kenyans will hype you in Twitter, but on the election day they don't wake up to vote. And when you look at the most people in Twitter, they are among the young people. Unfortunately, most of these young people don't have kura. They have not registered as voters. If you look at the people who are around 18, 19, 20, up to around 22, in 10 out of those people, you can only find 1 or 2 people who have a vote. Most of them are one. Hata most of these Chinese wenye walikuwa kwa streets hawana kura. So unless a miracle happens and these people decide now they are going to register as voters, na waamuke hiyo siku waende kupiga kura, because the youth of this country also tunatipenda. They don't like it kuamuka waende kupiga kura. Nangangana tu, wacha waende tu wapige kura. Now they will be shouting in Twitter, Omtata, Omtata. But kwa ground watu wenye wanaenda kupiga kura ni wazee. Na wazee ni watu wenye wanaenda huko tu, wao so long as wamepiga, they even don't care wamepigia nani. And that is how the likes of Okiya Omtata is not going actually to win. Because translating Twitter views, comments and the likes to votes, it's not an easy task. And then finally, I just feel, you know, there are so many people who have come up. We have Okiya Omtata, we have Kalonzo Musyoka, we have the former CS Interior, that is Matiang'i. Then there's Morara, Martha Karua. All these people want to run for the position of the president, and all of them want, there's Babu Win and his colleague Ndindi Nyoro. All of them want to unseat President Ruto. But my question is, forget about anybody else. Let's look for example at somebody like Kalonzo Musyoka. Let's say the opposition was to come together the way they did in 2002, and they only need one candidate to unseat President Ruto. Of course, that is the only way they have, because if all of them are going to be in the ballot, Ruto up to 2032 ako kwa kiti bado, unless the opposition comes together. Now let's imagine the opposition has become so wise, and now they have decided, let's come together and they choose one candidate. So we have Kalonzo Musyoka, we have Okiya Omtata, we have Matiang'i, we have Babu Wino, we have Morara, we have Martha Karua, and all those other people. Do you think they will give Okiya Omtata that position? I don't think so. Why? I have said about popularity. Number 2, somebody like Kalonzo Musyoka, who has served as a vice president in this country, a deputy running mate for the position of a presidency in this country, is not likely actually to agree again to step down for an upcoming Okiya Omtata. That's point number 1. And number 2, I also feel somebody like Matiang'i is not likely to accept, because, you know, he served as the Minister of Interior, like his fame in Kenya is somehow higher than that of Okiya Omtata, you know. And I also don't think Babu Wino would now trust to give somebody else the position, because why? They have been giving these opportunities to older people, and look at what the older people have done to the young people. So from where I stand, Okiya Omtata, even if the opposition came together and they decided that actually they want one candidate, Okiya Omtata is not going to be there. So from where I stand, let Kenyans not lie to Okiya Omtata so much that he's going to win elections in 2027. The truth is, let him stand and maybe become famous, and maybe people get to know there was Okiya Omtata and he has a political party. Let his political party get maybe 2 senators, you know, some positions there and let him strategize himself maybe for 2032. But as far as 2027 is concerned, from where I stand, I don't see Okiya Omtata winning these elections. And what are your opinions? Those are my opinions. And I move to the second story about Raila Amolo Odinga. Actually, he went to Vihiga, and I think it was in Western Kenya, and he told the people, I think it was during the homecoming ceremony of this deputy leader of ODM, and he said that actually he wants them in 2027 to vote right from the beginning to the end. All the 6 positions, he wants them to vote for ODM. That is not even the issue. His statement is a clear indicator that, you know what, Ruto, me, I'm not with you in 2027. I'm fighting for my own political party. So, Ruto, wherever you are, it's actually reading between papas stories in political rallies, and they get to know that you are alone. About you have always said here and again, unless a miracle happens, Papa is not going to win. But again, Baba seems to be very much happy about regarding Gachagwa's situation and how he was chased in apparel in Rimuru. And he was saying that somebody was saying ameka mitego Ikuru, eti ameka mitego nini saizi yako wapi, and he was laughing. From where I stand, I think that was so insensitive of Baba, and this actually may actually make him lose some popularity among some people, especially right now when we have some political fiasco, because he seems so much to rejoice with what the government is doing, like supporting a government that is doing the wrong thing. And from where I stand, maybe even the people of the mountain could have considered his support, but the moment he starts like supporting the government of the day, I don't think that Baba is going to the right direction, and this one may cost him. And finally, I don't know whether this is becoming a trend, or I don't know whether this is out of peer pressure or ni watu wamechoka. The latest group of people actually to put the president were students of Multimedia University. And the question is, why do you think actually they put the president? Is it that actually wamechoka? Is it out of peer pressure? From where I stand, I just feel everybody in this country is tired, and everybody, I think, feels like 2027 itafika lini. What are your opinion? Comment down on the comment section below. And yeah, see you next time with another interesting video. Kindly remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this particular video. Ciao, ciao.